the Green booklet. I'll also be making constant reference to Volume 2. The big Volume 2 is written at the top of Volume 2. Sorry, at the bottom. So, Mr. Paul, you indicated that your statement is filed on which page?
Volume 1, page 48 to page 51.
Page 48 of Volume 1. Honorable Speaker, I believe everybody, we are now together. Thank you. What do you do for a living?
Currently, I'm the CEO, Meru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Board.
For how long have you served as the CEO of the Liquor Board?
I started serving as CEO of Meru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Board from January 2018 until now. I'm supposed to be serving until now.
Very well. Who is your employer? Whom do you report to on a daily basis in your operation?
My employer is the board.
Your employer is the board. Please explain to this Honorable House what happened on the 6th of September 2022 in respect to your employment.
Respect to my employment, Mr. Speaker, on 6th of September, I was called together with my colleagues in heading other corporations, and we were served with a compulsory leave letter.
Compulsory, you are saying you were served. That indicates you and who?
Myself and my colleagues who are heading the other corporations.
Yourself and your colleagues who ends the corporations?
Yes.
Is it the entire corporations in the Meru County or that particular few corporations?
On the 6th,
how many were you?
We were 3. Those who received our letters were 3 on the 6th of September.
And yourself, that makes it 4.
There was a previous one which was issued on the 29th of August to my colleague, Dr. Ntoiti, who was heading Meru Revenue Board.
You said the date again, 29th of?
29th of August.
When was the governor of Meru, when did the governor of Meru take, when was she sworn in office?
The governor was sworn on 25th of August.
25th of August?
Yes.
When was her first day in the office?
I'm not certain the exact certain day that she was in office.
Yes.
But my colleague, Dr. Ntoiti, was served barely a weekend after the governor was inaugurated.
You said barely a weekend after the governor was sworn in?
Yes.
That is to indicate that the governor, Dr. Ntoiti, was served the first day, or was sacked the first day the governor took office?
We can see that.
Is that your evidence?
That is true.
Prior to the letter setting you on compulsory leave, did you have any interaction, any prior interaction with the governor?
Mr. Speaker, not at all.
Not at all. You've made reference to your letter setting you on compulsory leave. Would you guide the Senate, the Honorable Senate, on where the same can be filed? For purposes of record, so for following the proceedings, where can those documents be filed?
The compulsory leave letters can be found in Volume 2 from page 336.
336?
To 339.
Volume 2, Honorable
Volume 2, the big
Speaker,
volume.
I am making reference to the big booklet written Volume 2 at the top, at the bottom. You said the letters are found in pages?
336?
Yes.
To 339.
What was to happen to your institution once you were sent on compulsory leave? Who was to man the institutions?
Immediately we were sent on indefinite compulsory leave.
Yes.
Other persons were appointed in acting capacity.
Other persons were appointed in acting capacity.
Yes.
Were they formally appointed?
They were appointed from the office of the governor.
Were they formally appointed? Is there a formal appointment letter to that respect?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Where is the formal letters filed? Where are the formal letters appointing your representative filed?
Mr. Speaker, they are found on page 340 to 342.
Pages 340 to pages 342 of which booklet?
Of Volume 2, Mr. Speaker.
Of the same document, Volume 2. Upon receiving the letters of setting you on compulsory leave, did you make any attempts to establish the cause, the charge, or the reason as to why that has happened a day or a few days into assuming office of the governor?
Mr. Speaker, we interrogated the letter and we found that it was not right, and we made several efforts.
Several efforts to do what?
Several efforts to be reinstated back to our offices because we thought we were sent home and procedurally.
You made some, sorry again, you made efforts to do what?
We made efforts to get reinstatement from the governor.
Did you have any audience with the governor over
Yeah.
the same, or the subject matter?
We had audience with the governor, we had audience with the county secretary on the same matter.
What did the county secretary in particular say?
The county secretary indicated to us that clearly we could not be reinstated because he was acting on the instructions of the governor herself.
Did you sit down with the governor over the same?
We did not get an opportunity to sit with the governor on the same
Yes.
later, but the county secretary gave us the instructions.
After you are unable to meet the governor personally, and the county secretary indicated that he had instructions from the governor not to allow you back, what did you do? What action did you take?
After all those efforts failed, Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
we made an application to court to seek redress and to seek reinstatement through the court.
Through the court. That is to mean that you filed a matter in court.
We filed a matter in court, Mr. Speaker.
Who are the you filed the matter alongside who? Who are the petitioners in the matter?
The petitioners were myself, the MD, Meru Revenue Board, Dr. John Toiti, Joseph Beria, the CEO, Meru Water Sanitation Services, and Kimadi, the end of Meru Microfinance Corporation, Mr. Speaker.
That is to mean that you are the first, you filed as first to fourth respondent.
We filed as,
petitioners.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And what did the court rule in respect to your matter?
The court issued a stay or conservatory orders reinstating us back to office, Mr. Speaker.
The court ruled that you be reinstated back to the office. What else did the court rule?
The court also further ruled that those who are enacting capacity in our place be removed from office or be issued with letters cancelling their appointment on acting capacity, Mr. Speaker.
Therefore, it's your evidence that the court ruled that you be returned back to work and letters of appointment of your predecessor be revoked. Is that so?
It's true, Mr. Speaker.
Did you, in your statement, annex that particular court order?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Where can the same be established?
We annexed
Found?
the court order on volume 416, volume 2, page 416.
Volume 2, Honourable Speaker, the big booklet, pages?
416.
416?
Yes.
416, which contained two prayers, according to your evidence, one of reinstatement and the other one of revocation. Please confirm.
I can confirm that, Mr. Speaker.
And in compliance to that order, before that, did you serve it upon the governor and the county secretary?
Yes, they were duly served, Mr. Speaker.
You were duly served.
Yeah.
How do you confirm to this honorable house that you did duly serve upon the governor and the county secretary the particular court order?
Through a notice of service.
You served?
Yes.
Upon service, what happened? Was the same respected? Was the same court order obeyed?
The court orders were disobeyed.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Please explain to the court how the same order were disobeyed.
Mr. Speaker.
Explain to the Senate, sorry.
Mr. Speaker, upon the court issuing orders,
yes,
there was a meeting convened at a place called Mitungo by the governor.
Yes.
In which the first gentleman in that meeting threatened to organize people to flush us out of office in case we went with that court order to report back to office, Mr. Speaker.
So who threatened the against disobedience of court order?
The first gentleman is the one who threatened to mobilize people to come and evict us.
Was the governor present in that particular meeting?
The governor was exactly present in that meeting, Mr. Speaker.
Do you have any evidence to that particular meeting you are making reference to?
The evidence is in a video form, Mr. Speaker.
In a video form. Honorable Speaker, the video, if, with your leave, maybe we can have the video played, the video in support of contempt of court be played to the court, to the Senate.
Mr. Speaker, that's the video in support of count 5.
Yes.
Hata koti ikisema urudi kwa ile ofisi, Mtoiti sisi tunashikana na hawa maasra, tunakutoa pale. Sasa Mtoiti wewe ndio tunafurusha. Hata koti ikisema urudi kwa ile ofisi, Mtoiti sisi tunashikana na hawa maasra, tunakutoa pale. Mtoiti hautakaribia ile ofisi, na pia Mberia aambiwa kwamba hii ofisi ya MEWAS hata ikaribia.
In that video, did you hear the first gentleman mention the petitioners?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, he has mentioned Beria and my colleague Toiti.
And you'd also wish that evidence of a video be part of your examination in chief?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Did you report back to the office?
Yes,
in compliance with the court order?
In compliance with the court order, Mr. Speaker, we reported back to office.
Yes.
And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the threat was actualized and we were chased out of office ruthlessly.
What do you mean by being chased out of the office ruthlessly?
There were people organized who evicted us from offices, Mr. Speaker.
So you are physically evicted from the office?
We are physically evicted from the office and the precincts of the offices.
The second limb of the court order talked of the governor revoking the appointment of those appointed in your capacity. Did those appointments, were those appointments revoked?
The appointments of those who were acting in place, Mr. Speaker, were never revoked at all.
They were never revoked at all. That's your statement.
Yes, Mr.
That is to mean that they are still acting as CEOs in your establishments?
Up to now, those letters have not been revoked, Mr. Speaker.
Are those CEOs still in office, in your respective offices?
Mr. Speaker, because they were acting in their inacting capacity,
yes.
Upon us obtaining contempt of court orders, we have been able to get back to office, and some of them have been reappointed back again under different capacity.
What happened after the court order was, you have jumped the gun, what happened after the court order was disobeyed, when you were evicted from the office? What happened? What action did you take?
Mr. Speaker, we made an effort and we applied for contempt of court orders.
You applied for contempt of court orders?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Has the court pronounced itself on the contempt of court?
The court did pronounce itself on contempt of court.
Yes.
And convicted the governor and the county secretary and another of contempt of court.
Yes. So, sorry, the last bit,
They were cited, the governor was cited for contempt of court, Mr. Speaker.
The governor was cited for contempt of court. Do you have that particular order or a ruling to that effect, citing the governor for contempt of court?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Where can it be established for quick reference?
From page 418, Mr. Speaker.
We start with
of volume 2.
We start with the ruling. Where is the ruling found? Pages?
The ruling is on page 418.
Page 418 to pages. Of which volume? Of
volume 2.
Of volume 2. Pages 418 to pages?
Pages, the ruling is found on page 418 to page 439.
Page 439. And the order, and the particular order citing governor for contempt is established, is found on pages?
It's found on page 440.
Pages 440.
And 441.
Of which, again, on which volume?
Volume 2.
On volume 2. According to those two court documents, was the governor found guilty of a court order?
Yes, he did. The governor was found guilty for contempt of court.
Was she punished accordingly?
The court The court scheduled a date for punishment,
Yes.
and the county secretary appeared in court to show cause why they should not be punished.
The county secretary on behalf appeared to demonstrate why they should not be punished. Did she appear?
He did appear, Mr. Speaker.
After appearing, what happened?
After appearing, a date was, the governor was ordered to reinstate us back to office under supervision of the county secretary, Mr. Speaker.
That is to mean, sorry, would you recall when the county secretary was instructed to take you back to the office? Would you recall?
I would recall, Mr. Speaker.
That is when?
That is on 23rd of last month. That is
23rd of September.
23rd of September.
This is barely 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, Mr. Speaker.
What happened to the punishment in respect to contempt of court? Was it administered at that time?
The court has rescheduled the punishment to today so that the county secretary can go back and prove whether they really honored.
It is your evidence that the court punishment was scheduled for today,
The punishment is scheduled for
which
today,
you may not tell what happened.
which I may not tell the outcome, Mr. Speaker.
In all this saga, were your respective boards notified of the proceeding of what is happening? Your respective boards, you said the management of the board, the corporation are through the boards. Were they notified of what has been happening?
They weren't, Mr.
In
Speaker.
respect to, sorry?
They weren't.
They were not. Your letter of setting on compulsory leave talks of reason being to reorganize the board.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Have you ever, for the last 1 year, been called upon for reorganization of the board as a CEO?
Mr. Speaker, no.
Sorry?
No.
You have never been called upon.
Yes.
Does the governor have power over reorganization of matters in respect to your independent corporations?
The semi-autonomous government agencies like our corporations are supposed to be reorganized by the boards.
By the board. Now, for the entire period of 1 year that you've been away, until only 14 days ago when you resumed your office as the CEO, were you getting your salaries?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Salaries? Sorry?
Yes, I was earning my salaries while at home.
You were earning your salaries while at home.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Did the court order provide that you be paid your salaries? Did it address the question of you being paid your salaries while away for a whole year?
No, Mr. Speaker.
What stated that you'll be paid your salaries for the entire period that you'll be away?
The compulsory leave letter, which came from the office of the governor, is the one that indicated we shall be entitled to full pay and all benefits while we are home in indefinite
Therefore,
leave.
the compulsory leave stated that you'll be paid your full salary while you are at home.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And were you actually paid your full salary while at home?
Indeed, we were paid.
For the entire period?
For the entire period.
Do you have evidence to the effect that you continue being paid salaries while you are not working?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Where are the copies for ease of reference again? Where are they being established? Found in this
Volume 2, page 35.
Volume 2, pages 35.
To
pages number?
Let me correct it, please, Mr. Speaker. Volume 2, page 33. To pages 33, beginning from page 33 to page 41.
To pages 41.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And to this 1 year after, to this extent today, have you ever known the reason as to why you were sent on compulsory leave by the governor and the county secretary?
It has never been communicated to any one of us the reason for compulsory leave, Mr.
None
Speaker.
of you has ever known why you were sent on compulsory leave.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And you said that only 14 days ago, the governor complied with the court order and reinstated you back to your office alongside the acting CEOs. That was your evidence.
It is true.
What, in your opinion, why do you think the governor was able to comply with a court order a year after the initial order was granted?
Mr. Speaker, the governor may have complied basically because she had been found to be in contempt of court, and her punishment was about to happen. And the next thing,
therefore, it's the evidence that she was fearing the looming sentence, punishment by the court?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
The next thing was?
The next thing was there was an impeding motion of impeachment a day to the day we were escorted back to office. And it was a ground.
Now, according to you, again, your opinion, who do you think is to blame for you being sent, illegally sent on compulsory leave?
I would lay the blame on the governor herself.
Why do you say so? What is the foundation of your opinion?
Because the letters from the county secretary must have been, the county secretary indicated there were instructions from the governor.
Indicated that those were he is acting on the instructions of the governor?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Has the governor to date revoked the appointment of the persons meant to replace you?
No, Mr. Speaker.
Are they in the office?
They handed over, and then they were given other mandate again, Mr. Speaker. But their letters which appointed them to that office have not been revoked.
Their letters have not been revoked. Are they within the establishment for the last 2 weeks that you've been in the office?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Now, the governor argues that he was ordered by the court to pay you salary. What's your opinion on that? What is your take on that?
I don't agree with that, Mr. Speaker.
Why don't you agree?
It is because the issue of payment of our salaries where we are not working is in the compulsory leave letter which originated from the governor's office.
Did that court order in particular address the question of payment of salaries?
The court order addressed reinstatement, yes, and the revocation of appointment letters of those officers who are in
and revocation of the letters.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
I want to pen over that point. I will subject the witness, Honorable Speaker, to cross-examination.
Counsel for the Governor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Sir, it is my singular pleasure to take on this witness in cross-examination. My name is Elisha Ongoya. Allow me to start from where the witness has ended. Mr. Arimi Paul Mwaki.
Yes.
Is it your testimony before these distinguished senators that the court did not order that you be paid salaries?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. May I have the witness's attention drawn to the index of annexures to the governor's response, in particular at page 402.
Counsel, refer to those bundles in terms of volumes for ease of reference. Huh?
You know, my apologies, Mr. Speaker. The governor just filed 3 documents, one called a response and one called index of annexures to the response. Then we have the transcript of videos. So just 3 documents.
Very well.
The biggest document in blue, the biggest volume in blue, page 402. Mr. Paul Mwaki Arimi, are we there?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I'm there.
Please confirm for these senators that that is a court order.
I can confirm, Mr. Speaker.
Page 402. The biggest blue volume, yes, at page 402. Thank you. Please confirm to these honorable senators that what you are seeing there is a court order.
I'm seeing a court order, Mr. Speaker.
The second petitioner, or the second applicant stroke claimant in that order is Paul Mwake Arimi. True or not true?
True, Mr. Speaker.
And that Paul Mwake Arimi is you, the Assembly's witness number 1 before this Senate.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Let us turn over to the second page, no, the next page, page 403 of that document. Confirm for the record that this is a continuation of that court order that began at page 402.
Confirmed, Mr. Speaker.
Please confirm, and I read, Order 6 reads as follows, that finally, Dr. Atheru is directed to file sufficient evidence in court within 7 days to show that all the petitioner's salary have been paid from May 2022 to date.
Confirmed.
Please confirm that it says.
Confirmed.
Are you among the petitioners who are being ordered, for whom that order is being made?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And that order relates to salary.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And Dr. Atheru has to confirm to court he has paid your salary.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
It is this salary that you are telling these senators was not paid pursuant to a court order.
I did not indicate salary was not paid, Mr. Speaker.
It is the one you said the payment was not pursuant to a court order. It was pursuant to the compulsory leave letter. You remember that indication?
I will not agree with that because there are 2 court orders. The court order.
Didn't talk about how many court orders. I've just said I am looking at a court order referring to a salary.
Yes.
Are we communicating?
Yes, I agree.
But you have also told these distinguished senators that your salary was not paid pursuant to a court order. It was paid pursuant to the letter sending you on compulsory leave. Do you remember saying that?
I don't remember saying that.
You don't remember? I'm happy with that. The record will bear me out. The record.
Excuse me, Mr. Speaker.
My apologies. I've finished my question.
Excuse me, Mr. Speaker.
I have finished my question. I'm going to the next. Kindly save my time. We have only 4 hours to finish with your case.
Okay.
Allow me to pick the second limb of argument. And Your Honor, may I request that the video in support of count number 5 that was played here be played.
Sasa mtoiti wewe ndio tunafurusha. Hata koti ikisema urudi kwa ile ofisi. Mtoiti sisi tunashikana na hawa maasra tunakutoa pale. Mtoiti hautakaribia ile ofisi na pia mbele.
Sorry, I wanted the clip to remain visible so that the witness can identify something in the clip. Okay, my apologies. Pause the video. Sorry, my apologies. I may have slipped the tongue. Did I? Kindly play and pause.
Council, I hope you're not assuming I'm in that video.
My apologies, Mr. Speaker. It was a complete slip of the tongue. I couldn't even remember saying it. My deepest apologies. Sadly, Mr. Speaker, I don't even know who is playing, so I can't even look at whoever is playing. I'm just seeing the screen. May I have the video replayed?
Sasa mtoiti wewe ndio tunafurusha.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, who is that person standing behind the person speaking?
Mr. Speaker, that is the face of the Deputy Governor, County Government of Meru.
That is the Deputy Governor, County Government of Meru, behind the person speaking. True or not true?
True.
This video was played, and I may urge it to be replayed. Have you seen the governor in that video?
Sasa mtoiti wewe ndio tunafurusha. Hata koti ikisema urudi kwa ile ofisi. Mtoiti sisi tunashikana na hawa maasra tunakutoa pale. Mtoiti hautakaribia ile ofisi na pia Mberia aambiwa kwamba hiyo ofisi ya MEWAS hata ikaribia.
Okay. You spoke when your microphone was off. I want the record to capture you, so I'll ask the question again.
Yes, please.
Have you seen the governor in that clip from beginning to end?
Up to where the clip is, I have not seen the governor.
This clip was presented here by your team, so we don't know whether there's a further continuation of that clip. Are you suggesting it continues beyond where it has reached?
It can continue, Mr. Speaker. I'm suggesting you can continue.
Let me get a precise answer to my question. Have you seen the governor in the whole of that clip?
I said no.
Your case before this Senate is that the governor should be held responsible for the utterances of that gentleman speaking.
Exactly, Mr. Speaker.
I'm happy and I understand what your case is. I want you to look at your volume 1, the Assembly's documents, volume 1, at page 7.
Yes, I'm there.
Confirm for the record that it says, page 7, volume 1. Page 7 of volume 1 of the County Assembly's document. That page 7 starts with a paragraph numbered C.
Yes, I can see it.
Thank you. The grievance in that paragraph is paying full salary and benefits for more than a year to Dr. Ntoiti, Paul Mwaki, Kenneth Kimathi Mbae. My question to you is this the same salary we have seen in the order of court at page 403 of the governor's document?
It's the same salary?
It's the same salary, thank you. Are you complaining for having been paid this salary?
Yes, I'm complaining, Mr. Speaker.
For having been paid this salary?
For having been paid the salary without offering any services to the taxpayers from Meru.
Order, senators. Order, senators. I order, honorable senators. Sergeant at Arms, kindly go up there and tell the members of public the only thing we need from them are their ears and their eyes, nothing more.
May I proceed, Mr. Speaker, sir? May I proceed, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you so much. When were you paid this salary? When did you see it in your account?
At the end of the month is where normally salaries get into our accounts.
Just want the record to be clear when, say end of September, end of October, so that the record is clear.
As per attached pay slips, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, may I kindly get the witness to answer my question so that I make progress? When were you paid this salary? Which month? Which end of which month?
At the end of every month from the time we were sent on compulsory leave. But
when did this payment, when this cash land in your account? When did you see this money in your account that you have been paid?
It's not on regular dates because it's paid on monthly basis. It's not paid on lump sum.
When were you first paid this salary? When was the first time?
Immediately we were sent home, we received the salary. That is in the end of September 2022.
Have you made any efforts to return this money to the county government since you are aggrieved by the payment?
I'm not supposed to do so, Mr. Speaker.
I've asked, have you made any effort to return this money to the county government?
I haven't.
You haven't. Let me clarify something for this information, for the record of this senator. It is true that Mr. Maranya, advocate appearing before you here today, is your advocate in that court case. True or not true?
True, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. That matter came up in court today. True or not true?
I'm not sure, Mr. Speaker, but it was supposed to come up today for...
That matter was supposed to come up today in court at Meru.
But I'm not sure whether it came up or not.
I'm asking, it was supposed to come up today.
It was.
At the Employment and Labor Relations Court in Meru. True or not true?
True.
Has your advocate briefed you on whether or not, as a matter of fact, it came up?
No, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. We can live with that. When were you sent on compulsory leave?
I was sent on compulsory leave together with two others on 6th of September in the year